everybody. Mike Sadler here. Carl Bethke running the camera. The Obsession Podcast. It is July 22nd here in Wisconsin. You see in the last video, Carl got all his cameras set up out on his property. Assessing some of our food plots. We're going to set up some of my cameras today. Probably see a little bit of my corn in the background, which we showed earlier. It's a replant. Real sporadic. Major drought here in Wisconsin, which all of you know that are here. We went here 60 days with 1 inch of rain on my first corn plant, which almost none of it came up. It was a replant. Now we have some, I call it the corn maze. That's what I'm going to call it this year. It really is what it is at this point. So we'll show you a little bit of that. We're going to go up and look at my campsite plot, which we have buckwheat in, which is going nice. I sprayed off and trimmed up my lower big acre kill plot, so we're going to go check that out because we're getting these all ready for brassicas, turnips, radishes, that kind of stuff, because it's almost towards the end of July here. So get some cameras set up, assess the property a little bit, we'll go from there. So this is just inside of my property here, bottom of the ridge. We do have a stand off to my right here that's been here for a while. Straight up behind this is one of the smaller bedding areas that we put in. This trail here, I actually cut this in 2 years ago, I think. I cut this in, goes to an inside corner. As you can see, they use this quite a bit. We hung a mock here, I think 2 seasons ago. They use this trail a lot. Straight behind Carl is our corn bean field, corn maze. They transition back and forth here a lot. The trail is also just behind Carl that goes up the ridge. So we're gonna pop one of these cameras here. This is a real easy to access camera, so we're not afraid to come in here and check this one. So this is one of them we're gonna put up.
Then you're right there. You just pick it right up off the trail when you're at the.
Pick it.
Pick it.
Pick it. Pick it. I really like this camera.
Yeah, that wasn't that much money, was it?
I've had this thing forever too. This one's been left out several winters.
And it still works good. What is it? Cabela's? One of those Cabela ones?
It's better than anything else you get from that dump. I mean, super nice police.
That's it?
Disco.
Disco.
I don't name that one because I only have so many to put on that, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's what I do. Split it half and half.
One.
Uno.
We'll call that one. Do it. Oh, great. There's all our backdrop.
That's gone.
Look at this. There we go.
Here we go.
You know that this will blow in front of it every second.
Of course it will.
I like to trim my thorn bushes up so they're nice.
Deer love that.
So up here, this would be level 2 of my property. So top of the ridge. Actually very top of the ridge right here. This is a stand straight up to my left here that we call the Y stand. This is where my trail Y's off. And here it goes down to another water hole. We do have a water hole straight off this too. This is another also small bedding area that we put in. There are 2 small bedding areas. We just showed you kind of the last one where the camera is. They transition through this area quite a bit up and down this trail, east-west trail here, going through. So kind of actually east-west, even though it Y's, it still turns back and goes east-west. So the east-west movement. Carl loves this stand, never sat it last year, wants to sit it this year. You can sit it anytime you want.
Thanks. Correct.
Good spot. So another good spot too to pull bucks up to, especially during rut time. So we're gonna get a camera here. We're just trying to get, really right now, guys, is kind of an inventory of what we got, you know. So another easy camera to check. So we're not gonna put a cell cam here. We're gonna put a poke and hope camera.
Poke and hope.
So I always hope. Pretty sure it's working. Oh, 8,000 pictures of a bush. Yeah, that's my favorite.
You love every minute of that, don't you?
You know, you get all excited and you got 1,000 pictures.
Yep.
You have 990 of bush.
Yep.
You're like, all right,
Then
kind of a wreck.
8 squirrels,
8 squirrels.
1 rabbit, and a deer.
But other than that, yeah, 1 deer, and it's just the butt.
Love that.
Call this the Y stand stand.
Y stand stand. Is it a Y stand camera?
Wait. That's all I do. She's running.
We'll call that
2. So, call my cell cams. Now we're gonna walk this trail from the Y stand here. We just put up number 2. Goes to the campsite. All of you that watch us have seen that. We really opened that plot up. Has buckwheat it. They're working.
taking pics.
So we're gonna have a couple cell cams in there for sure. Got a mock in there, a couple stands. We just put 2 new stand locations in there. So I think these are working.
Sounds that way. Good thing we got another couple weeks of growth in. Yeah, buddy.
Put it right on the edge there.
Yeah.
You know, you like to point them north,
Right.
in case nobody knows that.
Yeah.
That's where you get your best chance of not getting sun setting them off. So.
Yeah, I like that idea. Trying not to.
We're gonna spray and run it all over in a couple weeks.
Correct. All this so we can kill it.
That's just so not right.
You loved it.
Oh God, it's something.
You make sure you delete that fucking picture.
Don't worry, I am getting rid of that. Alright, that one's good.
Alright.
So we want to go that end?
I think so. Because we want to see if anything's using that.
Coming up out of the...
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
And if we cut that crap right there in the corner, you can utilize that hickory right there, I think.
Yes, sir.
And then you're still kind of facing northeast, so you won't get the sun. You loved it.
Is it great, you thinking?
I'm thinking either right here, or you cut that crap right. You could use that oak too, Mike. Right there. The double oak. Just put it on the front side. I think so.
Should be safe in the sun, huh?
Yeah.
Trespasser.
Jeez, let me take a picture of the trees.
Don's putting it up. Yeah, buddy, that one's good.
Update.
Updated. Deleted. So, if you can use these Spartans or any cell cam, they are awesome. We don't want to be in here. One of the benefits that we have,
That's
Bill
it.
would say,
Yeah.
is if we're at Carl's place hunting, like say we're doing a morning hunt there, once we get a little bit out of his property, I can pull all my cameras up and we can kind of see what's going on here. So it really makes it beneficial, especially when you're on a limited, you know, like a 2-week rut hunt like we do together. If we know if we want to travel up here, if we want to stay down there, So it works out real well. I mean, not everybody has a couple of properties to hunt, but if you do, it's a good way to monitor a couple spots. Even if you can get like 1 or 2 cameras in a place, you know, you can really maximize your time frame. So we're going to go level 3, I guess, on my property, down to the east water hole. Carl was just showing you, we got a big acorn tree that hangs over this corner of this food plot up here too, where we have this buckwheat. So they're looking really good. That's just another bonus, you know, to get the deer in and out of here too. But anywhere you can have acorns is a little bit of bonus. Last year, I know if you watch us, we had acorns everywhere, and it really hindered us. We feel it hindered us because there was just so much food on the ground everywhere they went. They could scavenge acorns. So hopefully, get a little bit nicer plots for them. We can eliminate that a little bit too. Not that they're not good to have. So we went down, came back from the campsite, past the Y stand, or camera 2, whatever you want to call it. This is a spot we showed early that when we were talking about small habitat pockets. This is we always call this the east top water hole stand. Carl set this a couple times last year. We put in a triangle of pines just in front of me here. The stand is directly here off the main trail. And then you can see back behind me, we put another row of pines in along this trail. Just below this is the water hole that we put in. And Carl's watched, I watched, when Phil was here, we watched bucks always cruise the bottom of this hill. But they can see up here late, so they don't come. So our whole plan was put in a small habitat pocket, probably get some, those always are up here anyway. So this would be a great spot late and call to those bucks and pull them up here to their imminent demise, hopefully. But water hole over here, so we're gonna get 1 camera here. Just not sure where I'm gonna put it yet. So.
Towards me. Good. So now you'll pick them up coming in.
Is that good there?
Yeah, I like that. It should send you a picture shortly. Here.
Got it already.
Did you?
The top habitat pocket that we showed you, water hole, we got the camera right on it, so this is a main trail they come in and out. Interested to see how much they're going to use this small water hole now, since we got the big ones that we put in, but we know they used it a ton the last couple of years, so onward. We're down here. This is that east end water hole that we scraped in last November, actually. Scraped in November, lined them in December, planted trees in them May, I think, May. And then I grass seeded them and matted them here. The grass is coming up, you can see. It's a little slow process because we haven't had a lot of rain, but got a stand straight up there. Carl and I put up a couple weeks back. This will be an evening only sit. You're not going to get down in here in the morning. The stand we were just at, up on top, that habitat pocket stand with the water holder, that's one in the morning. But really excited about these water holes this year, so we really want to see what we got coming in here. I'd like to put about 30 cameras around this, but you know, you only got so many, so we did hang a mock on this main trail here a couple weeks back, so we're gonna get a camera, probably, obviously, somewhere, get that in the frame with the water hole in there too. So we're in.
Yeah, that's fine.
I got 3 more.
Well, let's start with this one then.
Yeah, I would love to have 2 on this.
Yeah.
Because you miss stuff.
Oh yeah, I know. You damn near got to have 1 on each side of it.
Yeah. At least the ground's not right there.
Yeah.
See.
Maybe you should get some rain. Yeah. I mean, the mock activity is really gonna probably start more here in the next few weeks. There it is.
That's the old G-Spot camera right there, boy.
Nice, baby.
Let's see. G-Spot.
It's probably not a bad name for this water hole.
G-Spot water hole.
G-Spot water hole.
We'll do it.
Alright, perfect.
East. Done. Update.
Yeah,
Yes.
buddy.
We'll call this camera 3.
You fucker. There you go, that camera 3. What is that?
Oh boy.
You love that?
I caught you.
I knew you'd love that one.
All right. We got one on here. I have 2 more cell cams coming on one that's being difficult right now, so we'd like to eventually, I think at least Carl was saying we put 2 cameras down here, so we'll come back with another one at another time, but at least get one down here and hopefully start picking up some activity. We do have a lot of deer prints around this. I know they use this bottom a ton. Straight behind Carl, where we have the mock, they come up off that bottom. Same thing like we said, we watch them down here. They check up top of the ridge, stand right here in this corner, so good spot. We're going to move to the next water hole.
Probably not a bad idea. I want to, if we put a camera in here, want to use it to see if we can get that transition trail right there.
Yeah, that's
or one of the main ones coming all the way down from the food.
Well, I can put this last hanging one here.
Yeah, well, I got a couple infrareds I can bring you.
Okay. Well, I do have one more hanger or one more check camera though.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna put that up.
Yeah, I got 4 I think I can bring you, or 5.
So we're here, we actually bypassed the other water hole right now. This is the flyer stand we put up last year where I shot my buck out of. We planted some more trees coming down this ridge. This is our big bedding area here. This is like a little over 7 acres that we never touch. Far west end of my property. I watched a lot of deer crisscross a main trail down in this bottom, and we used to have a mock scrape literally that hung 20 yards from me up here. I literally never had a deer hit it all year, not one, and this is where I shot my buck. So don't always count on what you're seeing on that camera. That's why if you see now it's gone, we moved it. So it's good to have your intel, and it's good to have cameras on those mocks to make sure that they're, doing what you want them to do. So anyway, my buck actually came right down out of this and circled up behind here where I shot him, but there's a really big trail down here to get a mock down in there that we know they're going to use. This is obviously the south side of the food plot. Actually, the big food plot's down there, south side of the bedding, so the bucks are instinctively going to travel this edge to scent check this with a predominant north or northwest wind. Either wind is coming this way or it's coming across. So hence we have a stand here. Want to get a camera down in here. I think we're going to pop a cell cam down here, and we got to get a mock up in here too. So a lot of babble jabble, but that's what we're doing.
Yeah, buddy.
Here's that trail we were talking about just a second ago. This is where my buck actually came off this trail. I shot him just 10 yards from Carl, up towards the main trail. So this is the trail here, you can see it. We're going to actually hang a string of mock between these 2 trees and hang it pretty much right here, just a hair off this trail. Stand is directly there. We're going to hinge 2 little trees. You got a perfect shot to it. We left gaps in these pines anyway when we put them in to shoot through them. So we're going to set a camera right up back here, get a mock hung in here.
All right, well, what do you think? here a little bit.
Again, we're down here. We're gonna call this the flyer low trail. Flyer stand right there. We got a cell cam just off this main trail like we talked about, this mock hung. You always want them at least waist or a little lower. This will droop a little too over time. So a little bit of hook on your vine's always good too. In case nobody's ever told you that, the bucks like to kind of get in there and throw that around a little bit. So hopefully this will be a good one. This was a good spot last year. South side of this bedding area where bucks are naturally going to scent check this. So main trail we left. Got nice shooting paths in between these pine trees. So
Mike talked about earlier too. He talked about being with a northwest wind. This is predominant on the south side of the bedding area. The other advantage of this is it's actually at the bottom edge of the hillside with food up above. So you also get the north-south transition through here. So it's kind of like a double kill. It's like a big X. Something you want to look for when you guys are putting mock scrapes in and looking for deer movement. So keep an eye open for that too.
yes, sir.
Couple good prints over here, Mike. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Still quite a bit of water in the pond. That's good.
So west water hole that we put in, like we said, scraped November, lined December. Now we're here July. Grass matting here. Grass is coming up slowly. Main bedding area to my west here. A lot of prints down here in this water hole. This always was water earlier, even from buying the property, but it dried up, so we just put a hole in. Straight back behind Carl. To the north is a stand that we have hung in there that we just put back up a few weeks back. Main trail all the way around this. A lot of entrances into this, so we're just gonna plop one here and kind of see what we get. We're getting it, but just kind of monitor that. Maybe when we get a couple more cameras, probably get at least one more camera on this hole, just like the other water hole. We are now down in my big bottom kill plot. I cut this plot in here 2018, early 2018, right after we bought it. This actually was a grazing area for cattle way back in the day. A lot of fence lines in here and stuff. I've opened this up. I pretty much kept it the same size. It's about an acre exactly that we put food in. This spot right here, rain.
Heard that.
Yeah, buddy. So last year, and Carl put that in the show here, we had every buck on the property one day was down here on this end, including the one that I was lucky enough to take. So we're going to get one camera here, then we're going to move down. We got a mock scrape in the middle where we always put another camera, which is a big entrance and exit to this huge bedding area behind us. And then one camera down on the far end at the landlord stand.
Alright guys, well we're actually down here by Mike's main mock scrape here in his big food plot. You guys can see we've had this mock here over a year. Some of the bigger deer we've got a lot of pictures of them right here. You guys can see the trees growing down here again, a little bit lower, so the deer will actually hit those. We're going to cut that up so they use our mock. And we've got our cell phone camera over here. We're going to put that Spartan back up against that tree. That way we can cover this whole entry and exit for the food plot. So
yeah, we're good. This one's running now. So this has been one of my main stands this whole time on this property. You can see it straight up there. I've killed a buck out of there every year until last year. Main bedding area, like we talked, is about 7.5 acres of bedding that we don't go in. Main low kill plot. We don't come in this plot till after October, unless we got a big front coming in, or we get pictures of a deer. I killed a deer that we named Burback down here. He was in here 2 days in a row, and the third day he was not no more. That's because he was in the back of the truck. So otherwise we don't come in this plot. This we save for late, for rut. 3 stand locations in here. North, northwest predominantly set up for. So 1 more camera to go today that we have. Actually 2. We have 1 more non-cell to go to, but we're going to go down into the west corner of this plot to a stand we call the landlord stand. So we're down here. This is the far west inside corner basically of my property. This is a stand I call the landlord stand. We go back, years back, I hunted a buck here specifically. Yeah, buddy. Named the landlord. It's a giant 8-pointer with a 3rd beam that lived in this corner. You can see the trail here, huge transition. There is a huge 100 acres behind me of corn and beans. So, you know, Carl and I like to call this like our staging plot or early kill plot. They're going back and forth. Bedding off to my right, we got a stand here. Great stand if you have those goofy east winds like we've had a lot. So you can sneak in this, you can come around in this from the back side and never go through the whole property, which is kind of nice. So last cell cam going, and I believe we are running. We're good.
Alright guys, well, we are still on Mike's property here. I'm actually going to the far west side of the property. One of the main travel corridors of the deer coming through in and out of here is right here on the west side of the property. It goes up to the campsite plot that Mike was telling you about. He's getting the tractor out. We got rain and storm moving in. Show you guys the location. I'm going to put this camera so we get basically inventory of these deer moving in and out of the lower side here of the campsite plot. We got a main trail that runs up in here. You guys can see that. Hear the thunder coming. So what we're going to do is put that camera out and hopefully get a picture of a bunch of really good bucks here. There's a real good crossing trail. You guys hear Mike in the background here, so let me get this camera up and we will go from there. Alright guys, so what you're seeing right there is a couple of the crossing trails. East-west movement again, basically level 1 here on Mike's property. We're about 25 yards off of his main food plot here where there's corn on the north side of Mike's property. You guys see right here behind me, we got I cut 1 limb off of that old apple tree, and we've got east-west transition through here with a couple trails. There's a trail below me, trail above me, and then the north-south movement here. So this is again like a big X crisscrosses through here. We get a lot of pictures of our good deer coming through here, our bigger bucks coming out of the valley, like to cross up and transfer back and forth north-south here too. So that's why that camera is in that location. Let's go out back. Well, July 22nd here in southern Wisconsin, south central. You guys see we got rain moving in behind us. Mike's trying to get this tilled up quick. He's got the tractor out. I just finished setting that camera. You guys seen that's a really good spot transition, north, south, east, west position on that camera. This is Mike's big plot. He sprayed it off 2 weeks ago. Everything died but the clover, which we're going to kill anyway because we're putting this all in. We're going to show you Mike doing the food plot, getting it dished up, and the rain moving in. Check it out. is correct.
I just gotta get back to it.
Yeah. Not yet. You'll be all right. Liquid sunshine.
What do you gotta do?
Is that all you got to do?
So, July 22nd. Showed you all the camera setup today. This is the big plot. Finally got some rain coming in, you can see, but needed to get this tilled up. We sprayed it off last week. So next week, come down here, plant this thing, spray it off the top. If there's anything green in it, this pot will be done and ready to go. So, little rain coming in, we'll take it. Check us out, the Obsession Podcast, baby.